Okay. Got the email alert. I'm live on YouTube. All right. Oh, yeah. We almost have that armor set done. I think it looks pretty good, especially for, like, a leveling set. Can I jump this? I can. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, that's right. We're supposed to wait at the cabins. All right, everybody pretty? Oh yeah, we were getting the guy for the Potsworn. Sorry to keep everyone waiting. Is that it? You're all set to go? I left Eorzea prepared to travel and search for work, so I had few belongings to begin with. Bidding farewell to my fellow artisans took rather a lot of time, however. Again, I appreciate you making this commitment. Fonjontaine. That's how you say that. Shall we depart for Earthenshire, then? A word before you go. All right, but just one. Choose it wisely. Wukevu, what are you doing here? Ah! I spend my days correcting manners, and here I am perpetrating the grave offense of delaying the third promise's departure. Please, take up your axe and render my flesh unto taco meat. Must your demands be so gruesome? Besides, I told you that kind of thing doesn't bother me. Yeah, that one was particularly gruesome. All right, then. I won't let it bother me either. What was all that about? I'd come to the city to purchase supplies when I spotted your entourage getting ready to leave. You seek the City of Gold, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. It's the final step of the rite of succession. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. Then allow me to be of service. As you know, legends of the Golden City have been passed down in Tyrol for 1,000 years. Yet, when it comes to describing the place itself, the stories do not always agree. Some portray it as one might expect, a glittering metropolis of golden towers. Others suggest it is more unassuming and owes the name to a fabulous treasure hidden at its heart. Every telling, however, has a common thread. Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. Is that a threat? I know you said thread, but did you mispronounce it? The lesson to be learned from this third promise is that to seek the legend is to court death. I must implore you to proceed with the utmost care. That is all I wish to say. I shall pray for your safe journey. Thank you, Wukevu. Who says that? Like, your quest is destined to end in doom and failure. What are we to make of these cautionary tales? If every expedition has ended in tragedy, then how then did the Dawn Servant find the city and return without incident? Magic. It seems the legend originated with the Yakui. Speaking with them remains our strongest lead, I feel. A lead we shall follow in time, but first let us see Fonjontaine to safely into the Moblin's care. You got it, boss. Ooh, do we just go? Oh. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Thank you, Square. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, or Kozamauka, a bunny lady.
Finding a willing artisan was even easier than expected. Many indeed are eager to curry favor with the Resilian sun, especially if it means sharing the promise of new territories.
Those who prove useful will have all the land they desire.
Does he really think it's going to be that easy to conquer lands?
Oh, such generous words, yet the manner in which he speaks them. If neither wealth nor territory are of value, wherefore does he seek to bring the world to heel?
Step aside. Remind me. There was no rule against poaching craftsmen from other claimants. Was there?
Do not be foolish, Bakujaja.
That's what he's good at.
Would be carrying on with these
I have to go off
bold
camera for a second.
feats
Excuse me.
when all I need to win are the keystones.
And besides, it's long past time I humble this arrogant one-head.
Okay. Do we get an epic
The
fight here?
servant may have sired you against all odds, but there is nothing blessed about your birth.
Are you sure? Because everyone says it
Only a
is.
true head is fit to rule. Only we are worthy. Draw your weapon. Face me in battle and learn your place.
A moment, first promise.
Why?
Leave him alive, if you would. I foresee a use for this nuisance.
Don't leave him alive. Do everyone a favor.
Too scared to make the first move? Then allow me!
Well, hot dang.
But he...
My thanks for your restraint.
I can kill him whenever I please.
Your part in this is far from over.
Well, that's reassuring. Really wanted them to kill him. We are back, and we've brought with us a willing potsworn. This is Fonfontaine, a talented goldsmith who once worked at Ashtam's Aesthetics in Ul'dah. Wonderful. Impressive. You are first to return, Third Promise. And with an artisan from across the salt, no less. We welcome you and your unique skills to Earthenshire. Helphand will show you to the workpot. Wow, he looks like somebody I used to work with at GameStop. Like Dead Ringer. This is it then. I look forward to hearing you proclaim Dawn Servant. Like Dead Ringer, that guy. Thank you, Fonjontaine. I'll be sure not to disappoint you. You have reached met the requirements of the feat of pots. Rita Rock presents your keystone with joy smiles and well-wishings. That one's a different color. It still works, though. Color doesn't matter. That makes 3. More Potsworn candidates? Come, come, tell Ridderock your tales. Another feat accomplished, another keystone acquired. You are doing well. I expected nothing less of Zorolja's esteemed siblings. Your cleverness in particular is most admirable, Second Promise. We must have you apply that Charlian knowledge you so cherish, and arm Tural with weapons of Magitech design. In your role as the new Dawn Servant's chief advisor, of course. The tools of war hold no interest for me. I wish only to improve our nation through practical innovations. Foreign powers will think twice about testing our strength once Tuliolal is known for its advanced technology, just as the Garlean Empire was deterred from invading Charlian. That may well be true, but how long will it take Tuliolal to progress to this advanced state? How many years? With a collective commitment to education and hard work, it should not take so very... Your way is too slow. Easier to expand our territory and swallow Charlian whole. Because it'll be that easy. Conquer other nations through force of arms, and you're looking for a future of uprisings and bloodshed. Yours wouldn't be the first failed empire. Then we keep fighting until the mounting costs convince them to lay down their weapons, until all have grown tired of loss. It's like the Russian way of looking at things. How would such an outcome bring anyone joy? What you propose is a mockery of peace. Ridderock is reminded of days long ago. In the time before Tuliolal, there were no pot pacts for the Potsworn. It was normal to grab snatch artisans and force them to work for mobbies. Until the day Gulul Jaja arrived, the families of the grab-snatched pleaded with him, and so he came to Earthenshire. Mobbies are not a warm-wake people. We feared death had come for us. But Gulul Jaja just wanted to talk. Be at ease. We are here to trade words, not blows. The gold work crafted in this village is superb. One can tell at a glance the quality of materials used, the mastery of technique employed. Yet it does not stir the heart. A goblet shaped by bound hands and broken spirit is devoid of luster. Compare that now to the works of a joyful artisan. She pours her very soul into her creations, and they shine like the newly risen sun. Have you not seen this to be true? And so began the custom of good living. Happy Potsworn make good works, and good works make mobbies happy. Gulul Jaja's words were wise. Joy smiles did indeed bring fine craft and much jingly shine. So the head of reason was behind the forging of pot pacts. Yes, reason and cleverthink changed Mobby's way of life. Huh. first promise tires of your talk of olden days. You would rather look to the future and the next feat. I don't like him. I really don't like seeing iguanas smile. It's disturbing. We should be getting on as well. Well, there's my mama. Machinist, gunbreaker, and an astrologian. Bako Jaja never did come back, did he? Do you have a moment, Third Promise? Rockarock would repay you for hand helping with Kahi. He brings a tale of the Golden City. Oh. Really? I'd love to hear it. The towers, the streets, all fashioned from gold. Everywhere you look, every splendor you can imagine. The young, the old, and everyone in between, they live in golden happiness. A city of eternal bliss, forever perched above the clouds. Everything fashioned from gold, eh? And just imagine everyone living in golden happiness. Now that's a city I'd like to visit. Excuse me, Rockarock, where did you hear that particular tale? From our longtime Yakui friends. They live up in the mountains in Urkopacha. Urkopacha? The giants again. Seems everything is pointing us their way. This feat and everything leading up to it has taught me much about the Moblin way of life. I'll be sad to leave Earthenshire and your joy smiles behind. I guess the little happy dance there is the joy smiles. Right, we should go and see the giants next. Agreed. Golden mysteries notwithstanding, their village is featured prominently in the saga and is not to be ignored. The Urkopacha Highlands should be easy enough to reach from here. If we leave Earthenshire from the west, there's a road which leads up into the mountains. Let's find that first. Okay. But I would rather get these done. Since they're not main story quests, I'm not going to be reading them. Just want to get these done so I can get flying. I think that's all of them. Because I don't think that's... No, it's not. Enfroy. I thought that was his hair. It's just like a headband or bandana. Okay. Go talk to Tarnotic. Tarnotic. Doldrick. And give me that ether current. Now for the other one. lesser, okay. Apollyon, that's right, I made a joke about it being a parrot. Got it. Ah, come on, you don't need to fight me. Cool. Blah, 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 blah. I'm getting inspiration. I mean, like those mangoes. Those mangoes. What are you talking about? Talking about. Noise. Noise. We back to the city now? We are. And we get to be treated to the best battle music in Final Fantasy ever. Well, I mean, of the non-Final Fantasy 14 or Final Fantasy 11 games. That's a big boy. Tyrol Netsack. Ah, Netsack. Just listening to it makes me want to play it again. Make Quina, or Queena, I guess. Unstoppable again. I spent so much time as a kid making him unstoppable. So much fun. Oops. That's what I want. Dreams. Let's, oh, I can't desynth that? Why not? Oops. Cool. High quality, too. Date. I seriously need to go through these things. Get rid of all the tertiary junk I don't need. Oh, I'm not. I know level 2 decent. Got it. Not even halfway. I know it's like a pot, but or like a jar or something, but it looks like an eyeball. At first glance, it kind of creeps me out a little bit. All right. Off to the Giants. Looks like the trail is going to get steep from here on in. I hope everyone is ready for some climbing. Third promise. I'm glad I caught you. Red Rock asked me to bring you back to the village. She says there's something she forgot to give you. I don't trust him. Huh? Something other than the keystone? Yes, an item of great importance, or so I was told. It shouldn't take long. If you would please follow me. Don't trust him. I wonder what this is all about. Well, no need for everyone to come. I'll be back in a little while. Ah, the detour. 117,000 health. Man-wee. We're in like World of Warcraft numbers now. This is taking quite a while. Just keep waiting for now, I suppose. And we wait again. Perhaps there were complications. Well, let us wait a little while longer. Or you can go into the town and check on her. This is getting a little ridiculous. Did she get lost on the way back to find us? But how? There's only one road. I wouldn't underestimate Wuklamot's sense of direction, or lack thereof. Fortunately, she has a link pearl. Let's see what's keeping her, shall we? Didn't think to do that sooner. She's not responding. Perhaps we should all return to Earthenshire. You don't say. 'Twas Redderock who had business with her, yes? Yeah, walk back. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. How do I get rid of this? I've been told like 3 times and I've forgotten every time. Alright, am I reading or is there going to be voice acting? Back again so soon? We've come looking for Wuklamot. Did you not send someone to fetch her? Redderock did not. Neither has she seen the third promise since you were last here. Ruh-roh. Then who was that man who came for her? Oh, I thought you'd left already. Where is Lamati? Is she not with you? No, this guy came and we were too stupid to check him out, and we trusted her with him. You don't know where she is? How could you let this happen? That thou shouldst worry for thy sister is understandable, yet rather than assign blame, thine energies are better spent on locating her. Yeah. I will help you search. This is not how I'd wish a fellow claimant to lose the contest, my sister least of all. In that case, dividing our forces will allow us to cover more ground. We should work together at least, the better to facilitate communication between our groups. Then the rest of us will split up. Report in should you find anything. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll be on our way as well. Right. Keep in touch. Come, we should begin our search. Oh boy, gloves. Wait, who's giving me the gloves? As a reward for losing Wuklamot. That's not good. 6. Those are level 90 as well. Alright. I'll keep that one there then. In here. So I can just get rid of that. 625, 645, yep. Nice, new headgear. If Lamati was returning to Earthenshire from the west, then she should have passed through here, except Ritarock swears she didn't see her. In which case, 'tis entirely possible that Lamati never made it back to the village at all. The only way to be certain is to ask the sentry stationed at the opposite entrance. I guess. The third promise, Mobby has been standing at his post with diligent eye-watchings. He has seen no claimants pass this way. What of Tonawata, with brightly colored hair? Mobby knows something of this one. He hears tongue flaps about a Pelu peddler and many fires who was attacked by a crazy-hair bandit on the road. Bandit, you say? Thank you. You've been most helpful. My sister is clearly not here, though I wish it were otherwise. We must consider the possibility that the Tonawatan messenger and the brigand described by the sentry are one and the same, and that Lamati is in very real danger. Come, let us hurry to Many Fires. I'd like a word with this peddler should they still be around. Okay, bye. Kidnapped by a brigand. Wonder if the first promise even will do anything, even though, you know, brigands and bandits are his responsibility. To keep the roads safe for trade. Oh, I don't need to run there. I'd much rather not do that. Waylaid Peddler. Was there something I could help you with? I'm told you were the victim of a bandit attack. Could you recount exactly what happened? My goodness, I thought I recognized you. I'll tell you everything I remember, second promise. It was that scoundrel Wakisa who ambushed me. You know the name of your attacker? There's no mistaking the hair. All my peddler friends have stories of that notorious bandit leader and his predators. Wakisa and his gang will stoop to any low for the sake of a few pel, and with no fresh quarry coming up the broken stairs, they've had to become more creative. Little wonder he went after Lamati. He likely thinks to ransom her for a royal sum. I expect he'll soon make his demands, but I don't intend to wait. We'll find this villain first, and deliver his deserved payment in person. Ooh. What say you to a small deception? I will assume the role of a well-to-do merchant to lure Wakisa out of hiding. Then, when he comes sniffing about, we catch the rat by the tail. Okay. An excellent plan, and I have just the right garments for your disguise. At a specially discounted price, of course. A brush with bandits hasn't dampened your mercantile spirit, I see. Very well, I accept your generous deal. Gonna need to lose the glasses, dude. Now we lay the bait. I will precede you into Many Fires to make my presence known. You follow on behind, boasting to those along the way how you paid me a hefty purse in exchange for a rare gemstone or some such. If Wakisa is as coin-hungry as they say, then a recently enriched peddler should be an irresistible mark. We let him strike, and then we spring our trap. Let him strike? I don't want him to hit you. I don't want him to hit you at all. Time to play our parts. Follow Quana's lead and try not to fall behind. On your 6. probably not what it is. There, that Chabral fellow. Share with him how happy your imaginary deal with me has made you. Once you've put on an appropriate display, we can continue to our next performance. Aye. A rare gemstone from that Hishtaro merchant, you say? I envy the profit he must have made from such a sale. Since the stairs were destroyed, I've not been able to peddle goods at my usual haunts. I don't know why they feel the need to constantly remind us of how to emote. A good start, but I would make certain Wakisa is aware of me. Let's continue. Right behind you, big fella. Oh, goodness. That moblin over there looks amenable to conversation. The stage is yours. Yikes. Oops. Haha. I was targeting the wrong thing. Gosh dang it. The Hitsaro sold you a sparkle stone for your collection. Well, that explains your giant joy smiles. Mobby is happy for your happiness. Mobby is also jealous of the merchant and all the jingly shine he must have made. That should be enough, but perhaps one last act to drive it home. Of course. Gotta do everything in threes. The Cherry Palu, I guess? Why can't I stop yawning? I'm not that tired. Do you see that cheerful Pelu? Tell him the tale of your precious gemstone, and then we'll be done with this part of the charade. A passing peddler had the very gemstone you sought for your collection? That is a stroke of luck. And I'll wager the merchant was just as pleased to fill his pockets with your grateful coin, eh? Sure was. He was like, blow, and I was like, oh! Well, I'm inspired to go and earn some pel of my own. Who knows? Maybe opportunity will find me, even as it found you. Toodles. Weird beak-wearing person. There he is. Ah, my most valued customer. The profit from that single purchase of yours should see me through weeks of idle leisure. Traveling with such a fat purse and no sellswords is tempting fate, so I shall make Earthenshire my last stop and then return forthwith to Tuliolal. Whatever. Did you see? The rat has come out for a nibble. Yikes. Oh, do I get my headpiece already? You played your part to perfection. A man of many talents, just as Thancred and Urianger described. Now let us lure Wakisa out and spring our trap. Alright. That, this, those. I think we'll get rid of that one. It's a circlet. It does not fit at all. Let us execute the final stage of the plan. I will set out towards Earthenshire alone and unarmed. The better to sell the act of a defenseless merchant. Assuming Wakisa is watching, he will likely wait for some quiet stretch of the road before accosting me. I'll be relying on you to follow closely behind, remaining hidden until the time comes to spring the trap on our bandit king. Just remember, we need him alive. Ah, shucks. The Dew Spun Bank. Yeah, that's not going to give me away at all. Nodding straight. Reminds me of that episode of Burn Notice. The surfer dude nods at Michael. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. There he is. Oh, that's not him. That is, though. I hear business has been good to you, Master Merchant. How about you share some of the profits? And by some, I mean every coin you have. You're that gemstone collector. Oh, I see what this is. We've been tricked. Spit in your eye. Men, kill these vitriol. Slippery vermin. We'll have to interrogate his underlings instead. If you would be so kind, pray leave them capable of speech. Half its life is gone already. These guys don't even tickle. Ooh, excuse me. Hey, don't fast blade me. I'll fast blade you. I was hoping to talk with your boss, but I suppose you three will have to do. Wait, that's the second promise. What do you want with us? Think I'm scared of a fancy title? I'll take your royal ears as a trophy as soon as I get free of these ropes. I know your gang is behind my sister's abduction. Tell me where she is. Eat pocket shit, salt lover. You'll get no answers from us. That's right, we don't serve you. Do not play games with me. Where is Luke Lamont? Scary. I'm fast losing patience. Talk now or die. The choice is yours. We were hired to nab the third promise, that's all. We don't know where they took her. Hired? By whom? We weren't told that either. Only Wakisa knows. He's the one who took the job. Well, it seems we needed their leader after all. Once I've arranged for the Landsguard to take custody of these criminals, I'll call on Thancred and his tracking skills, but perhaps you could pursue Wakisa in the meantime. The bandit was running in an easterly direction. Should you locate him, I suggest you shadow him rather than force a confrontation. He might lead us to where Lamati is being held. Oh, sure. I'm gonna go watch. That's so exciting for me. I was really hoping that this headpiece looked better, but it just doesn't. It's just a circlet. Whoops. Because the rest of the armor, I think, looks really good. Even the weapon and the shield looks pretty good to me. Especially for leveling gear. Where is he? Oh, there I am. The pasty cat with wide eyes. Follow Wakisa from a distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed or fall too far behind. Should your quarry begin displaying the effects shown in the picture, you will be discovered when he turns around. To avoid detection at these times, make use of cover such as rocks and trees. Yeah. Scintillating. Yeah, lookout point. He's not turning around. He's about to now. Nice, an easy 54K. Weren't nothing. Sometimes these take way too long. And I'm getting that feeling now. Damn nerves. Itchy nose. Miyakabek Zoma, the thing I had trouble pronouncing last night. Deep Spun Bank. Kubigo? Oh, cool. I made it. I got 108,000 experience, too. Nifty! Finally, my money. Give it to me now. The Landsguard may be hunting us already. Calm yourself. We had our own troubles finding a suitable hideaway. Right. We're finished. Take your prize and leave me out of the rest. Such hostility. You were hurting for coin, and I offered you gainful employment out of the kindness of my heart. Kindness? You brought a blackened tempest upon us. One look, and I could tell that man was a killer, a butcher, a salted devil in the flesh. Oh, spare me your fearful bleeding. Go on, scamper away now before the scary mercenary comes to claim your head. Kona told me the news. You found the abductor then. What's the situation? It's a lizard, dude. And do you think the bandits were hired by this Hubigo? Alright, new strategy. Forget Wakisa and stay on the Mambuja's tail. We don't want to endanger the third promise, so keep your distance until we're certain they have her. I'll catch up to you as soon as I'm able. Aw, man! To follow more? Follow the Hubigo from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed or if you have fall too far behind. Should you fail to complete an objective, you may try again by surveying the desert. Well, at least this guy moves slower. Hey, a new location. Ah, that fate has a bonus. Dang it. Super fun. Especially when I'm a tank. Me tank, me smash. This is one of the two-headed guy's goons, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Gabu Jaja or whatever his name is. Stromboli Man. I was worried that it was still tied to it. He's gonna drown the poor thing.
Better late than never.
Alright.
That Mamulja. He's the one who kidnapped Wook Lamart. So we're still unsure. If we can follow him a bit longer, confirm his connection to the abductors. That will complicate matters.
Off they go.
Can't
found it!
If I set out now, I can trail them along the riverbank.
Do it!
Even if it costs you the contest.
What worth is the throne if I lose my sister to win it?
Spoken like a true brother.
Very well then.
I would
I'll
feel the
send
same
word
way
when I
about my
locate
sister.
her. Till then, I suggest you save your strength. A rescue attempt could turn ugly.
Let's hope so. I root for that.
Go just now. I swear I've seen him with Bakul Jaja. Knowing the way that monster works, he probably hired bandits to kidnap her so we could steal her keystones. But even alone, my sister is more than a match for a gang of untrained ruffians. She must have been ambushed or deceived. Gah! I should have been there! If those bastards have hurt her!
Be patient. Trust in Thancred.
I do trust him, but...
I would react the same way.
Forgive me.
100%.
Snapping at you won't get my sister back. I'm afraid I've always been like this when it comes to Lamachi. The thought of her being in danger sends me into a panic. But isn't that how families should be?
Yes.
These days, Turali Mikote live however they please. But the clan into which I was born kept to the nomadic traditions of our ancestors. They herded their own neck across the plains, always moving with the seasons. During one such migration, my birth parents left me behind. A child. All alone.
So I studied nomadic tribes before.
Without a single word of explanation.
Some nomadic tribes would leave one child behind as like a sacrifice to like Mother Earth, for example.
A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper in Tuliyolal's market. And that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. So,
This one hits
you will
home.
now understand. I will stop at nothing to rescue her. While we await word from Thancred, I suggest we prepare ourselves to travel downriver. You have a
Hey,
boat,
Johnson,
yes?
how are you?
Why release the Poniti if not to delay pursuit? If we were unsure of their guilt before, then this surely proves it. Before we act, however, let us regroup with your comrades. Would you mind making the call?
Glad to hear it. Thanks for popping by.
Understood. We'll meet you at many fires.
Oh, good. I don't have to do following anymore. I may have put rescuing Lamatia ahead of my own progress, but do not take that to mean I've given up on the contest. You understand how important she is to me, yet regardless of how close we were, I would have made this same choice. Oh yeah, for sure. I've been on Twitch since before it was Twitch. It was when it was Justin TV. After all, if I am incapable of saving my sister while also winning the throne, then I am not fit to inherit our father's heavy mantle. Okay. We need to gather our forces. Firstly, allow me to brief everyone on our present situation. Good, I don't have to listen. Thus, at the very least, we believe this Hubigo knows where Lamonti has been taken. Thancred is shadowing their boat even as we speak, and I should like to join him with all haste. Unfortunately, our quarry had the foresight to release your Punuti from its harness, leaving us without a means to give pursuit. Erenville, as an expert on wildlife, what are our chances of recapturing the beast? With the right mix of feed, it can be done. I should like an extra hand to help scatter it about, however. Guess who that's going to be? Yep. Meanwhile, the rest of us should work on getting the harness repaired. It appears to have been damaged when the Punity was let loose. With all the peddlers here in camp, we should have little trouble purchasing replacement materials. As for any necessary metalwork, Earthenshire's artisans are but a short walk away. Then let us divide the tasks and have at it. There was an unusually aggressive herd of wild Punities downriver, so our girl will have fled in the opposite direction. Come, we'll try the waters upriver. Great. That mount. I have that mount that that person had too. I'm with the race my character is. It just looks like it's a cat put in timeout. Where am I writing it? I'm not. I'm writing like inside of it. That's cool. Assuming our Punity has come this way, she'll be hiding in the depths of the marsh Lagaca. We'll need to lure her back to the shallows with the promise of food. Wild Punities eat mainly aquatic grasses and plants, but the tame ones are often fed vegetable scraps. Knowing this, I added leftovers to the feed I've prepared. That should help the mixture stand out against the marsh's natural scents. Lagaca is crawling with predators, however, so I'll leave it to you to scatter feed deeper in. I'll be waiting for you near the shallows with the rest of our Punities' enticing feast. That's far. Maybe I can get to that fate before it ends. Probably not, though. Oh, I thought it was already like, alright. Yeah, it's a cutscene heavy MMO. The only reason I'm doing it is because a lot of people that pop into my stream from now and again like to watch the story. And the custom with other streamers that do this like to read it. So I follow suit. If I was playing this like off stream, I would just be skipping all of this and just doing the action parts. 34%? Might be worth it. I guess I didn't need to. Hey man, PS5 is just as good, and you don't have to worry about software upgrades, driver downloads, and making sure you've got the right stuff downloaded, and you don't have to worry about what sites are good or bad. There's a lot going in for a PC, but I like it. Oh, we got interrupted. 344, not bad. That's... Depending on how much of an upgrade it is, I don't know if I'll be getting it or not. Because I did that with, like, the Xbox. What was it? The Xbox One, I think is what it was back in the day. Wasn't that much of an upgrade. Because I'm always wary of those companies just bilking us. Yeah, I guess Sony's different than Microsoft, though, because they did the same thing with the PlayStation 3s, where it was like the fat boy, and then they slimmed it down, and it was better. Although it wasn't backwards compatible, but have to sacrifice something to move forward, I guess. Here she is. Aw, what a cutie. There's nothing to be afraid of. We just need your help one last time. You're hungry, I wager. Come with me. Yes, there's a good girl. Oh, really? And they still work? That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I love Astro. Astro is... For a very long time, they were the very best for console headsets. I've been out of that part of the game for a while, so I don't know if they still are, but I would imagine they're still up there. We'll be fine here, I think. I'll give her a few more treats, then lead her over to the boat. You can let Koana know we have our punity back. That makes me glad to hear, though. And good work keeping your electronics like healthy. That's awesome. Sweet, I can just port. Yeah, you're gonna have to remind me. Are the A40s the wired ones or the wireless ones? Erinville has the punity in hand, then. Good, I expected nothing less from a certified gleaner. As for the harness, we were able to purchase all the parts we need. The level Yochuans are over in Earthenshire right now, having the Potsworn make the repairs. Wired? Okay, yeah. I'm told it shouldn't take that long. We'll be ready to embark on our rescue mission as soon as we hear from Thancred. Boink. Awesome. Oh, an ether current, too. Nice. You need to collect ether currents to be able to fly. Thancred must know something by now. Ah, and there he is. Convenient plot point. You found her? Understood. Thank you. I had to but invoke his name. Thancred followed the Hubigos boat to its destination and confirmed that they are indeed holding my sister captive. They, of course, being Bako Jaja and his minions. I swear I will make them regret this. Lamati is in Richleaf Tunnels. The moment the harness is repaired, we strap in the punity and make our way back down to Ihuikatumu. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes there's some tech that's too fancy for me, too. It's like, I just need something that has good sound, and the microphone doesn't make me sound like I'm swallowing it, and I think I'll be good. Ooh, do I get to do a dungeon?
The third promise is up ahead. She's unharmed, but we best not dally.
Or maybe it's a trial. Ooh.
I spit on these pathetic feats. Far more satisfying to claim their baubles by force.
Give it back! Forzenten poured his everything into that stone. You've no right to touch it.
Oh, was that the name of your artisan? How could you allow something so precious to be stolen?
This mic, it's actually a Xenix Q802 USB mixer that I got when I was in school for sportscasting to record podcasts on. So I don't really go through an Go XLR or anything like that. This is just a, what is it? Sennheiser E835 that I also got as part of my package for going to school. And same with these headphones.
Who fell into my trap. If pitiful roars were all it took to claim the throne, you'd be first in line.
Now,
Yeah, so
we shouldn't.
this stuff is more for like podcasting and all of that. For gaming, I would definitely go through like a Go XLR setup because that's what a lot of streamers do. What I used is a little more complicated.
Who did that?
His
He is a
scales are as
machinist.
thick as
Okay.
his skulls.
Coward! You dare!
Yeah, right.
Tis the blessed
And my stuff
sins
is nowhere
that
near
protect
as well as fancy, but or as complicated as the stuff they use on Ronin.
That useless Buddha was sick of it. He was supposed to keep the lackeys running in circles.
Oh, you must tell me all about that.
Careful now. You wouldn't want to hit our hostage.
So weird. Yeah, that's fair, but like also every game is oversaturated with streamers. You just have to do it with the, like the right mindset. I do it because it's fun. I like interacting with people like you, and it's also like an extra way for me to promote my podcast, which is the main goal. Ow. And streaming RPGs is easier than streaming first-person shooters because I don't have to be good at an RPG.
Amachi, are you all right?
Aye, thanks to you.
Yeah, that might affect it too. I'm a statistic. I'm a millennial living in his mom's basement, so.
These weaklings think they can defy us. We'll slaughter the lot of them.
Patience, brother. The keystone is ours. There is no need to fight this day. And Zoralja has left us hurting.
No! I won't stop until I've got these maggots and feed them their entrails.
Wow. Okay.
If we fall here, we fail our siblings for nothing. Is that what you want?
Yes.
No, brother.
Dang it. I wanted to fight him so bad.
We're at trade.
Wait! Damn you, Bakul Jaja!
Flashbang. Really? Not me, because of the way the Colombian fans were acting. And even their president was not cool. Him and his son fought security, like actually like fist fought security.
Lamachi is safe. And that is what matters.
And honestly, it's probably Messi's final international tournament anyway. Yeah. Yeah. And the U.S. really got to see how hard it really is to host an international football competition, that's for sure. And boy, were we not ready. Glad to see you unharmed, Lamati. Thanks again for coming to my rescue, Kwana. And all of you, too. Baku Jaja must be desperate indeed to resort to such aggressive tactics. I shouldn't have been so careless. I underestimated him, and it cost me a keystone. Fongentin upended his life so that I can accomplish the Moblin's feat. He believed in me, believed in my cause, and I've let him down. And his ankle was the size of a freaking grapefruit. The contest isn't over yet. The bid was a joint bid between all three of Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. The final and the opener... Well, the opener, I think, is in Mexico City, but the final will be here. And most of the games will be played here. But, yeah, that was like... Because FIFA still has that... I don't know if they still do, but when they selected us, they still had that backwards thing of we can fix countries' economies with football. That's just not it. Speaking of vengeance, didn't Baku Jaja curse some useless Bunewa sycophant when he caught sight of us? A reference to Saril Jai, I would assume. He is devoted to our brother and is the only Bunewa I know of participating in the rite of succession. If Zoro Jha was somehow involved in this, I will never forgive him for putting our sister in danger. He will have forfeited his right to be called brother. I agree. No, they're going to be LA, like the big hubs. So like LA, Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, Miami, and New York, I believe, are the host cities. Maybe Minneapolis too, or something like Chicago or up in that area. Baku Jaja should face punishment, of course, but so must the bandits who had the temerity to abduct Lamati. Ooh, college word. I shall request that Father send a contingent of Landsguard to enforce the law in this region. I agree that measures need to be taken to keep travelers safe. But I wonder what pushed these people towards a life of banditry in the first place. If we dig deeper, we might find a way to improve things for everyone. Tis something to think about. For now, however, the rite continues. I thank you all for your help. We should be moving on as well. Are you feeling fit to travel, Wuklamat? You bet I am. Zoro Shah's gained a good head start, and it's time we clawed back some lost ground. I really am sorry this happened. From now on, I won't let my guard down around suspicious strangers. Something you probably should have learned as a child. And again, I do appreciate you all coming to save me. Nice. The road beckons, friends. Let's be on our way to the Yakui. Then it's back to where the path through the mountains begins. You remember, the spot where you've tricked into walking off with Wakisa? Just going to rub my face in it like that, eh? I wonder if he's raising my hackles on purpose, though. You know, trying to keep my anger directed at him instead of myself. Either way, we can't be standing around here all day. We have a lot of lost time to make up for. see any more blue exclamation marks. That's good. I guess I could check. Okay, yep. Did all the quests for him, now I just need to find him in the map. So weird. Not really. The last time I think that I remember was South Korea and Japan in 1998. And that was because it was originally, I think it was originally scheduled for Japan, but Japan wasn't quite ready to host it. And so they had a couple of extra stadiums that were ready in Korea to kind of deal with the matches that Japan couldn't. It could be vice versa. I could be mixing them up. But yeah, this one is unique for sure. But with the size of the crowds, I know we have a lot of MLS stadiums, but MLS stadiums are tiny compared to NFL ones. And like if you look at the size of like the stadiums like in England, for the big clubs, the MLS stadiums here just wouldn't be able to hold that many people. And so we needed to use NFL stadiums, and I have no preference. When it comes to like Mexico, it's not safe for them to host it on their own like they did in the past. So they're just doing it, I think, just in Mexico City. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because Mexico City was where the Hand of God happened with Diego Maradona. So, but times have changed massively in that country, so. A lot of people died, and I think the last thing I saw, like 80% of those stadiums are now overrun by jungle. Like they're not kept, and they're not, like they're just crumbling now. Phew, I think I'm getting used to the air up here. So this is the place from the Lay of Proof, where Papa met the Yakui. Yep, and the hotels too. And that must be them. I don't think I've ever actually seen one outside of a picture. So it is for most Turali. The giants rarely visit the lowlands. Here in their mountain fastness, they tend to the solemn duty they pledge to undertake in their pact with the Dawn Serpent. Jeez, that was hard. To watch over their Tural Vidral Valley Garmanda and maintain its prison within their temple. That's right. Ah, yes, Wuklama told us about the Tural Vidral, creatures that live for far longer than normal and awaken to strange powers. Indeed, yet even among those anomalies, Valley Garmanda is unrivaled in strength. It has endured for centuries, bringing catastrophe each time it emerges from its lair. And that same thing happened in South Africa too, by the way. As you learned of the Lay of Ice, it was Galul Jaja who at last managed to imprison the beast, and it has lain dormant in the temple ever since. Looks like a boss arena to me. It's said the building still bears a gaping hole in its ceiling from when Valley Garmanda was lured inside by Galul Jaja's final ploy. I'd like to see this strongest of all Tural Vidral. I wonder what it was like to fight it. Yeah, they're awesome guys. I actually haven't seen Chunga and Chandler in person since they moved to Vegas. I'm too poor to go down there and visit. Does this not suggest we'll be facing 2 feats this time? That's a question we can ask the Elector once we find him. Or maybe we should flush out Bakul Jaja first, so I can beat my keystone out of him. Let's identify the Dawn Servant's Elector first. I suppose we still have 4 keystones to earn, and no matter what we do, the contest will pit us against him sooner or later. Alright, let's seek out the Elector. Then I suggest we pay a visit to Kariorzar the Gracious, or so their temple is called. I do too, and I keep bugging them to talk about it more, but they're convinced that everybody that listens to the show doesn't like to listen to sports talk. So. The Moblins told me that High Luminary Gerfurler is to be found there. If we ask someone for information, then he seems a wise choice. Let's write Nightmare for a bit. I guess those could be construed as giants, maybe. Let's see if I can convince the guards to let us through. I am Wuklamat, third promise of Tuliolal, and I seek your elector for the right of succession. May I speak with Gerfurler? The High Luminary has granted admittance to the claimants. You may enter. Awesome. Huh. That was easier than expected. In we go, then. Yeah, but as you know, like even in my show, I stay away from it just because it's such a powder keg. And when it comes to like politics, religion, any stuff like that, when you have a show, you won't. All you're gonna do is anger half of your audience, and the other half of your audience already knows what you're saying. So it's like, why risk it, you know? That's a big old bird. It's like a bird dragon. And like with my most recent episode, like I just told people to calm down, just meet in the middle and just talk to each other. This is the Sky Ruin Valley Garmanda. Yes, it is. It is, the Tural Vidral, whose name has evoked terror since time immemorial. Oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah, when he goes comedic with it, it's really great, but again, people on both sides are just so sensitive. It's like, it's so risky. As their foe fought on, tireless and relentless, our heroes were pushed beyond the limits of their endurance. Thus did the Head of Reason concoct a desperate plan. Galul Jaja tricked the Sky Ruin into losing control of its own ice magics, causing the unwitting Tural Vidral to encase itself in frozen ether. Yeah, I agree. Not the whole world. I mean, it's just the people that are the loudest on the internet suck. And it's been like this ever since. Nice work, Papa. Exactly, that's, yeah. To just laugh at yourself, yeah. That same question looms large in our minds, for the magic sustaining this prison grow weaker with each passing year. Valley Garmanda commands powers of fire and lightning and ice. Some believe that the violence of the recent storm was the result of those energies slipping free. sense. That raging tempest from Valley Garmonda. Setting future worries aside, you are come to attempt the feat of proof, yes? The High Luminary chosen elector of the Dawn Servant has left me with instructions for all aspiring claimants. You are to scour our forbidding mountains and find the waiting Gerfurler. That is to be your challenge. Oh. Ah, so the search itself is the feat. You've already spoken with my brothers, I take it. I have. Their expeditions are underway. Then we'd better pick up the pace. Aye, but we'll need a direction to search in first. Let's see what hints we can gather from the villagers. We? You mean me? It's the royal we, I guess. It's pretty cool. Wonder if we'll get to fight it. Valley Garmonda is enormous. I know Papa had friends with him, but it's incredible he could hold his own against that thing. Should his prison ever fail, though, we can't expect the old guard to come running. It'll be up to us to save the day. Sure. As we've just been informed, the feat of proof requires us to seek the High Luminary Gerfurlers somewhere upon these mountains. However, if earlier feats are any indication, we must assume the challenge precludes the Yakui from answering our questions in a straightforward manner. Thus, I would ask that you pay close attention while attempting to divine Gerfurler's whereabouts. Though the giants may not give us a precise location, there may be clues hidden within their words. Such is my theory, anyway. Let us see what we can discover. The High Luminary? No, I've not seen him today. Now let me ask you a question. That Jabral who came out of the temple earlier, was that really the third promise? Hey, thanks so much for dropping by, Johnsers. Fun talking to you. And pop by any time. She seems rather unimposing. How is she meant to succeed the mighty Gulul Jaja? If you're still here, Friday I'll start streaming EA Sports College Football. So that'll be fun. So Friday I'm actually taking off of work for it, and sanctioned by my boss, by the way. He's like, yeah, that's cool, yeah, go for it. So I'm going to be on pretty much all day, so just whenever you can pop in and out, say hey, I'll appreciate it. Atuliulan? No, you're from farther away from that, I think. As for the High Luminary, I can only guess where he might be. He is a warder of the Sky Ruin, but also keeper of the sepulchres, and his duties often take him outside the village. Asking after the High Luminary as well, are you? I know not where to find him, but I do hope you have the opportunity to speak together. I appreciate that. He is a great man, with a deep reverence for our traditions. These glyphs we carve, for one, he affords them as much as they value as any treasure we possess. They are records of lives lived. Your arrival, too, I will etch into the stone, that the story of our meeting may endure for untold turnings of the sun. Oh my god. If you are curious about our ways, then I bid you visit Proof to the northwest of here. It is one of our grave sites. Depressing. Nice. I do too. When I'm not on, like, you know, obviously meetings and stuff, but yeah. First things first, was anyone able to coax forth a definite location for the High Luminary? As expected, what then of clues or other hints that might point us in the right direction? I heard that in addition to his usual duties, Gerfurler is also charged with keeping the graves. I heard that too. As did I. The Yakui sepulchres appear to hold a special significance in their culture. But would it be appropriate for us outsiders to enter into their burial grounds? I was invited to. Proof, you say, and he encouraged you to visit this place yourself. Then let's go and take a look. Even if we don't find Gerfurler there, it will give us the chance to learn more about the Yakui. The gravesite is somewhere northwest of here. Well, we can leave that from the side of the village as a start, shall we? I did not read that even close to accurately. My eyes moved faster than my mouth. The others have gone on ahead to prove, following the trail west. There are shard drops everywhere, so we're all moving at our own pace. Some of us are not built for craggy terrain. Sharp drops, not shard drops. I thought to get my bearings from up here first, so I don't stumble off a cliff. Why don't you try catching up to Aaronville? He should be able to point you in the right direction. There's Allie's, eh? Oh, nice! I might be able to get a level tonight. I'll take that. Whoa. Take a look at this crater. There is no wood, no trees, not even dried grass, and yet the ground still burns. This must be one of the scars left by Valley Garmonda's rampage, as told by the saga. The Skyrune's fires are described as eternal, flames that can be quenched by neither storm nor time. And here I thought it a literary embellishment. Ah, but now I've lost sight of Wuklamat. Proof is northwest along the main road, so hopefully she's still heading the right way. Well, we'll see. It's rad. I'm like inside it. I'm like piloting it. That's a win. Oh, there she is. Wuklamat wins again. Looks like everyone is here now, so... Greetings, friend. Are you Gerfurler? No, I am not. The High Luminary did, however, task me with providing a lesson on sepulchres to those who came in search of him. Oh, so we were meant to find our way here after all. Are you to tell us who was buried here? No one is buried here in the sense you mean. When a body has served its purpose, we consign it to the flames, then scatter its ashes across the peaks. Moreover, we do not conceive of death as others do. For us, a person does not die when their heart ceases to beat, but only when they are no longer born in the hearts of all who know them. Oh, that's cool. This is why we build our sepulchres before age or mishap claims us, that we might etch ourselves into the living chronicle for all eternity. This grave belongs to a good friend. His mortal vessel ended its journey some years ago, but he lives within me even now. Up there stands my own sepulchre. As long as it exists, so too will I. I will endure in the hearts of those who read my grave glyphs, in the same manner my friend does in mine. That's cool. Has it always been thus for your people? This conception of existence and death? Continue along this path to the indelible passage. Behold the history upon its walls, and you may find the answers to your questions. Cryptic. Then that's what we'll do. Your traditions are fascinating, and I'd love to know more. Why are you saying that to me? Shouldn't you be saying that to him? I thank you for allowing me to share them, for in doing so will I remain in your hearts also. Cool. That's a big boy. Is that a Huala pen? Or Huaya pen? Probably Huaya pen, because of the region that they're mimicking. Hey, another Mikate. Hello! A fellow we met at Proof suggested that we come here. Yes, the High Luminary commanded that I watch for your arrival. As the chroniclers of our people, it has ever been my family's duty to pass on the teachings of the murals and from generation to generation. They really are magnificent, and together they tell the tale of your people's history? They are the events which shaped us. I would share them with you ere you continue on your way. Please, we would love to hear all about it. Then I will begin. Oh, great. The first mural depicts a time more than 1,100 years ago, an age of great prosperity for the Yaqui. Blessed with size and strength unmatched by other peoples, our ancestors marched forth and brought much of Yogg-Taral under their domain. Then, when all before them had been conquered, they turned their gaze northwards, seeking to expand their territory and power. Here, we see the expedition to Yogg-Taral. Unable to cross the strait by ship, our forefathers set to building a bridge to the northern lands, a grand labor which consumed the greater part of a century. Zorgor the Boundless. We still make use of that bridge in Tuliolol for travel. I can't imagine the patience and dedication it took to complete a work of that scale. But I've never heard of any Yaqui living in Yogg-Taral. What happened to the ones who went north? Look upon this next mural and behold the answer. The scene suggests that many giants perished all at once. What manner of enemy could have repelled their invasion? A foe unnamed and unseen. When the expedition pushed forth into Yogg-Taral those 1,000 years ago, its soldiers were felled by disease. Some terrible illness? No virulent plague or newly arisen blight. For the local Tonawata and Shitona, it was but a mild affliction of the sort that comes with the turning of the season. What manifested for them as slight fevers and coughs, however, proved deadly to our people. Out of every 10 Yaqui who joined that northern campaign, 9 succumbed to the infection. Those who survived continued to suffer, finding it difficult to sire offspring. I've heard of this before. Lacking an inherited resistance, visitors to distant lands can fall deathly ill to diseases of local might shrug off. These events might also have given rise to the practice of cremation, rather than the burial of mortal remains. This final mural depicts the return of our grieving brethren to Urkpocha. The reason they first left, why they had fought so long and pushed so far, was to ensure peace for our homeland. This undertaking began in ancient times when our forebears learned they shared the continent with peoples unalike to us in appearance or custom. They feared invasion was inevitable. Rather than meekly await their fate, they decided to strike the first blow. Yet as they fought on, the old idea of peace drifted further and further away. Only after the disease in Zoctaral and their withdrawal to the mountains did they come to understand. The peace we envisioned had been ours for the taking all along. It was here, in the place which birthed us. Here, in the stones upon which we recorded our days. Here, in this tranquil life we had traded for conquest and conflict. When you do nothing but fight, it can blind you to what's right before your eyes. And so we return to the present. I trust you found this brief history of our people enlightening. I'm always glad to learn more about my fellow Tirali, how you've lived until now and how you wish to live from now on. Then I believe you are ready to proceed. The High Luminary bids you meet him upon the summit of Warkor Zormor. I had a feeling we'd end up scaling that big old mountain. Well, it's a feat worthy of the name. Follow the trail south of here to begin your ascent, but be wary. Beyond the entryway, the mountainside is home to ferocious beasts, both mundane and otherwise. We'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the warning and the lesson. Finally, we know where we're going. To the top of Warkor Zormor. I just want to finish this quest and level up. So I need to hop off soon. Wait, Yoctoral, Urkopacha. Oh! Okay. Interesting. This thin mountain air is going to be the death of me. What? How long have you been standing there? I was just taking in the scenery is all. Come on, we don't want to fall too far behind Alpha and the others. Oh, sure. The scenery. Dirt and cacti. The scenery. Hi, Flint. You big old bomb. I hope I didn't miss any ether currents, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I wasn't looking. Oopsie poopsie. That's pretty cool, chocobo barding, too. You remember how the chronicler was saying that the more they fought, the further away they moved from their idea of peace. It occurs to me that if Zoro-Jah is attempting the feat of proof, then he will have heard the same lesson. I can only hope that it's made him reconsider his own stance on educating people through war. That's not a level up. Alright, we're going to start this, and then I'm going to be hopping off for the night.
Gods, that is one tall mountain.
Hey, nice.
And we're supposed to climb it?
Oh, sure.
He's speaking the old Yokhui tongue. The words are difficult to catch.
Though your words are crude and cumbersome, I use them for your benefit. You are a claimant in this right of succession.
That's right.
She is, yes.
Then, if you die, Tuliola loses a potential
potential ruler.
That's a dark thing to say, friend. I get the feeling you don't share the opinions of the other Yokhui we've met.
We do not grovel before Gulul, Jar Jar, like those shameless lapdogs. My brethren and I.
The Giants have their own factions too, it seems.
Well, yeah, any sort of peoples would.
You think your kin weak for showing deference to my father, but they do not follow the man. It is his peace they respect, a peace they always wanted, which they realized could be had right here.
Justifications. Oh, they are. And our ascension begins with the death of the third promise.
Stop! I don't want to fight you!
Men die on your knees.
Huh?
Opportunistic. Get down here. Your neck will be the first.
It's a cool looking bird, though.
That's right.
It's tough to take Demancy seriously.
I didn't put much thought into it. My legs were moving before I knew what was happening. I suppose I feared you'd die before we had the chance to get to know each other. Before I could learn more about you.
To what?
Oh, that's simple. If we're to share the land, it's the best way for us to become friends. How is he?
He'll live. Not quite ready to walk under his own strength, however.
If you could stay and tend to him, the rest of us will continue on to Wokor Zormor.
Understood. Be careful up there.
This changes me.
As you like. You want to kill me, you're welcome to try. But right now, you might want to worry about your comrade.
On a mountain of that size, there are bound to be creatures even I've never heard of. I'll trust you to lead the way.
Then we climb.
I was hoping we'd be doing something there. Turns out, nope. Oh, this is a perfect place to stop then. So tomorrow I'll be able to do Workhorse some more. Which will be a great way to start the stream. And we'll kind of continue on from there. As I said earlier to Jonzer, excuse me, I will be playing EA Sports College Football 25 on Friday because I did not pay extra money just to play it a couple of days early. So Friday will be a lot of that. Probably around the same time that I would normally start stream on Friday is when I'll start playing some Final Fantasy again. Depending on how things go with college football. If I rage at college football, I'm probably gonna swap over sooner. So, thank you to everybody who came by, everybody who popped in, watched for a little bit. I appreciate you. Thank you, Johnzer, for chatting with me. And